Good evening and welcome to Skinny Sports Bar and Grill, located at the corner of Huntuna Gage here in the capital city of Kansas. For the next hour, we'll be talking all things Washburn basketball as we are nearing the end of the 2021 season. That is correct. 5 games remain for both the Washburn men and the Washburn women, and then it is going to be MIAA tournament time. Yes, it is crazy to think that so far the Washburn men and women are scheduled to get every single one of their games in this year during this crazy COVID-19 pandemic. But the Washburn Ichabods are going to be busy over the next 2 weeks, as Washburn will be in action tomorrow against Missouri Western and then on Saturday against Northwest Missouri State. Those are the 2 games this week for Washburn basketball here on your home for Washburn Athletics Country 106.9. And then they've got a Tuesday game, the Washburn men at home, the Washburn women on the road, and then they finish out the season against Missouri Southern and Emporia State, the final week of the regular season, which is next week. It's crazy to think about that, but the Washburn men and women almost finishing up this season. So the Washburn men and women will be in action at Lee Arena. How about this? The Washburn women have 3 more home games. The Washburn men have 4 more home games, including the games coming up tomorrow and on Saturday. And again, tomorrow, 5:30 start time for the women, 7:30 start time for the men. And then on Saturday, a 1 and 3 o'clock start time for the Washburn Ichabods. And it should be some fantastic games for both the Washburn men and women. And in fact, the Washburn men took care of business against Northwest, lost to Missouri Western. We'll preview that game coming up with the head coach of the Washburn Ichabods, Brett Ballard, coming up here in just a little bit as he is on his way here to Skinny Sports Bar and Grill. Practice ran a little bit long, so he'll be walking in here momentarily. And then we'll talk with head coach Ron McHenry of the Washburn women's basketball team to finish up this edition of the Washburn Coaches Show. Again, coming out to Skinny Sports Bar and Grill. Again, Sunflower Showdown coming up tonight. You can listen to that on our sister station, 580 WIBW, on FM News 104.9 and on the AM dial of 580, as KUK State squaring off from Bramlage. That is a start time of 7 o'clock. Come out of here to Skinny Sports Bar and Grill. Check out KU and K-State. You've got great food and drink specials. The food special tonight, cheeseburger and fries for just $5.49. And that's the same as the lunch special. Again, 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. You can't find a better lunch special than the one that Skinny Sports Bar and Grill at Huntuna Gage has. Again, $5.49 cheeseburger and fries here at Skinny Sports Bar and Grill. The Washburn men ranked 15th in the country and right now are one of the 8 teams that are being considered for the NCAA tournament. That is correct. The NCAA tournament is going to be a go this year. It's going to be shortened this year. It's not 64 teams. It'll be 48. So 6 teams in the region on the men's side will make it, and the region has already been determined. If you know where Aberdeen, South Dakota is, well, then that means you know the Dakotas better than most. But that is where the the central region will be. It will be in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and it will start on Saturday, March the 15th. So, again, the Washburn men right now, at least the way I look at it, would be 3rd in the seeding. Northern State undefeated. Northwest has 1 loss. Washburn now with just 3 losses on the season. That would be 3rd in my estimation for the Washburn Ichabods being in the central region. So again, exciting stuff that Washburn back in the NCAA tournament. Again, no NCAA tournament last year, but the Washburn Ichabods made the NCAA tournament the first 2 years under head coach Brett Ballard, looking to get there for a 3rd year, technically in a row, since the NCAA tournament didn't occur last year. So the Washburn Ichabods playing some good basketball. They've won 3 in a row. They come from an 11-point deficit to beat the Mules of Central Missouri on Saturday. They win 70-68, winners of 3 in a row. So the Washburn Ichabods playing some good ball. And again, in consideration for the NCAA tournament, next week we'll have the first official rankings, but they're one of the 8 teams. And again, they've got the 3rd best record. So right now, as at least how I see it, the Washburn Ichabods would be in the NCAA tournament with 5 games remaining. And we welcome in the head coach of the Washburn Ichabod, head coach Brett Ballard, joining us. And come just from practice? I mean, did they practice well? Did they run? Did they make their free throws? Tell me, how was practice today?
We had a good practice. We've had a good week. We got 3 days of prep this week, so that was good. Try to stay around. Went about an hour and a half, hour and 40 each day, and trying to balance between getting our work in and keeping guys fresh. But no, we had a really good practice. Our scout team was terrific today. Isaiah Thorne, I kind of was messing with him earlier in the week about something, and he's been on a tear this week on the scout team, and I don't think he missed a shot, and we didn't play that bad of defense. So they gave us some good looks this week. Our scout team was really good, and felt like we had a good week of prep and should be ready to go.
Awesome. That's what we like to hear. Again, 5 games left. That's it, and 4 of them are at home. How great is that?
Yeah, it is the way. I wish we didn't have the makeup game necessarily against Northeastern. You wish you could gotten that one in, and we have to play next Tuesday because that's going to be a busy week. But the good thing is we only have one road game left, and we've been really good at home. Nice not to have to travel. Obviously, we've kind of avoided some of this weather stuff, but it's nice not to have to travel and do some of that. And again, it's just been good to be home, and hopefully we'll have some good crowds come out and support this team.
And they should, because I'll tell you what, folks, this is a fun team to watch. They play a fun brand of basketball, which it's a lot more exciting to watch Washburn play than I can tell you watching any Big Ten team. Any Big Ten team, put me to sleep. First one to 50 wins, and
I
you
watched
guys.
a little of that Michigan State.
Well, I wouldn't. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Well, you got to appreciate a little bit of the defense, don't you, Jake?
No, not at all.
Kind of the defensive side of the ball. There's two sides of the game.
Well,
you got a little.
You guys play good defense, but yet you score in the 80s.
Yeah, we have scored it pretty good. We shot the heck out of it today. So on both teams, the scout team and our main guys. So I hope that carries over to tomorrow. But it is a fun team to watch. We play, and I know our fans. Because of COVID, we didn't have any fans. But I will say this to whoever's listening, and I get some people still got to be careful. But if you can come out and watch this team, and if you have a family, if you have kids that are playing sports or play basketball, this is a good team for them to come and watch because our guys play the right way, they act the right way,
fundamentally sound.
Tyler Guyman's one of the best players in the country, and we play fast, play up tempo. I think we play a fun style for people to watch.
And here's the thing too. Lee Arena is not small. Like you can, if you are worried about COVID, and I have no problem with that. I'm worried about COVID. All right, there are plenty of spots in Lee Arena where you can be not even near somebody.
No question.
You can go and buy 2 or 3 tickets and go sit up in this area, that area, and not be near anybody. I mean, they do a nice job at Lee Arena of really spreading people out. If you really, you don't want to be near anybody.
Yeah, sometimes I wish our gym was a little bit smaller because we do get good crowds, and it's Lee's for this day and age of basketball, it's probably a tiny bit big from a capacity standpoint, but this is a situation where that's a good thing.
Yep.
And we're allowing limited capacity. So again, Jake is right. You can come, and I think it's a safe environment. And if you're cautious, then you can certainly stay spread 6 feet from everybody and enjoy some good basketball.
This is the Washburn Coaches Show here from Skinny's Sports Bar and Grill. Again, come on out here at Skinny's. Again, Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. Great lunch special, cheeseburger and fries. You can get tots as well. So come on out here to Skinny's. And again, tonight, you got KU and K-State Sunflower Showdown edition number 2. Starts at 7 o'clock. So swing on out here to Skinny's Sports Bar and Grill. All righty, Brett. 68-68. There is a minute to go in the game. They have the basketball. Central Missouri led by 11 at the half. You whittle it down. You tie it up. There's 68-68 with a minute to go. They've got the basketball. What's going through your mind? This was a barn burner of a game. They play a slow-down Big Ten style of basketball, do the Mules. And it's a low-scoring game for normal Washburn games. And it's tied up at 68. It's come down to the final minute. They've got the ball. What's going through your head, and what are you telling your team?
It was a low possession game. I think I don't know this for a fact, but I think it was probably the lowest possession game, number of possessions that we played in this year.
Oh, I totally believe that.
I think we had 63 and they had 63 or 62. And normally, a normal game you have 70. in a normal game. So it was a very, very methodical, low possession game, which they wanted. And first half we were just I didn't think we were terrible, but we certainly weren't great. And from an energy standpoint, weren't at the level we needed to be at. But got back in the game second half, like you said, and so a minute left, and you know. I like our guys in these situations. We've been in some tight games this year and played with just. I like the poise we play with.
Mm-hmm.
I like the demeanor we play with. Body language is usually pretty good, and I trust our defense. Our defense has been pretty solid throughout the year, and so I felt like we could get a stop. They ran a ball screen action, and Hunter came off and took a tough shot, and the ball came off. It was funny because we had a similar situation at UCO a few weeks ago, Jake, where we play bad, we come back, we get back in the game, we tie the game late. We've got a chance to get a stop. We get the stop at UCO, and that ball bounced almost the exact same spot that the ball bounced against UCM.
The right short corner.
Yeah, and almost the same situation where we had guys around it, but the ball's kind of bouncing around. This time we didn't come up with it at UCO. We came up with it at UCO. Then we got a jump ball in that situation, and then they ended up getting the arrow and scoring. This time we were able to come up with a rebound, and what was there, about 16 seconds left?
I'd say about 18 seconds by the time you grabbed the ball, and then about 15 when I think it was Tyler Nelson handed it to Tyler Guyman.
You think that was a good idea for him to give that to Guyman?
I do. I would give it to my player of the year in the MIAA, yes.
I thought that was a good strategy too. So we get the rebound, we get to Guyman, and
you don't call timeout. You say, let's just play.
It was close. Here's why I didn't. One, I trust Tyler Guyman to make the right play. Two, they had been switching defenses throughout the second half and playing some zone and playing some man. If you call timeout with 15 seconds left, by the time you get into your action, there's going to be 12 seconds left. And now, is it zone? Is it man?
Mm-hmm.
What play did you call? And you can have a zone play and a man play, but by the time you recognize it's probably going to be under 10. And now it's not as clean as you want it. So I just wanted to play it out. We called one of our sets, kind of that we could flow into, where we got Guyman into a ball screen. Jace came up and set a good screen. They kind of doubled him a little bit, and then they actually guarded it really well. And Jace rolled to the rim. Guyman was reading the backside guy on that play. It's kind of like a quarterback in football looking the safety off. He was waiting to see what the farthest guy away from the play was going to do, because that was the guy that was guarding the rim to take Jace away. And he made the right play, threw it to the perfect spot where Jace could go get it. UCM, actually, the kid for UCM came over and made a very good contest at the rim to take away what was going to be a wide open layup and made it a challenge shot. Jace caught it midair, turned, and made a tough finish.
It was essentially an alley-oop because he tossed it up there. Jace grabs it, turns, left-handed finish with a right-handed guy off the window and in.
That's not an easy finish. And then I showed our guys on film. I loved in the poise as soon as the ball goes in, and specifically Guyman's. Hey, he's waving guys back. A lot of times you want to celebrate, right? You score, and you want to initially celebrate because you're up 2 late in the game. And all 5 of our guys got sprinted back. We were able to kind of corral the ball and force a tough shot from UCM. And fortunately, the half court heave didn't go in. But you got to find a way to win these tough games. And I didn't think we played great by any stretch of the imagination, but told the guys in the locker room, come February, you take them how you can get them on the road, and really happy we found a way to get that one done.
There's 3.9 seconds left, and everything was as scripted as you would want as a coach, because, and when I talked with Tyler Guyman after the game, and Tyler goes, the play worked out well, but afterwards, what maybe, and this goes to show you the acumen of Tyler Guyman, is he goes, the one big thing that happened on the defensive side was that Tyler Nelson made Cameron Hunter change direction twice. That's all you need to do with 3.9 seconds left, because he made him go one way. Now he's switched to go another, and then he had to go back one way. And by that time, he crosses midcourt, and it's got to be a heave, and he didn't have his feet set, and it was a one-handed, runner. And even Guyman goes, that was a big thing. He goes, when I saw that guy move or turn his body twice to try to get down the court, he goes, I knew that was going to be of the defense of what Tyler Nelson put together.
Yeah, and I do want to say I think I want to give Tyler Nelson a lot of credit just in that game. He was, I'm proud of that kid. He last year played spot minutes and was solid for us as a freshman, but had a lot of freshman moments where he did some good things. He did have one or two good possessions and then a couple bad possessions. And he's playing 12, 14 minutes a game. Depending on the game, he may play 20. Depending on the game, he may play 5 or 6. But had a solid freshman year, and even this year, early had some flashes and had some decent games. But he's been great for us. Really ever since Christmas, and specifically defensively in that game Saturday, he was as good as he's been, and really as good as we've had a guy be on the ball. I mean, he was terrific. His on-ball defense, his ball screen defense was terrific, and that specific play obviously stands out. But he made a lot of really good plays, and offensively made some good plays too. But on the defensive end of the court, he has accepted the role. Drew Mashop being out, Drew was a great defender, and he was 6'4" and a guy that we could put on the other team's best perimeter guy, and he'd do a good job on him. And Tyler's kind of accepted that role, and I thought Saturday did a nice job containing some of their guards.
He went for 13 points, had 2 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's just a shade under 10 points per game. And if you're averaging double figures on a team that already has 3 guys averaging double figures, I mean, that's pretty good, because again, we're not asking, Tyler Nelson to go out and be Tyler Guyman, but I'll tell you what, if you get a 4th guy to come off the bench, now he's starting and average 10 points. I mean, that's big. And plus, in the MIAA, a lot of freshmen don't play a lot of minutes just because this is an upperclassman type of league.
It's hard, yeah. It's hard for freshmen to get minutes, and I give a credit to our staff too. Coach Rainey and specifically Coach Banks has spent a lot of time with Tyler Nelson, just on different aspects of his game. And I would say this: I would be surprised if he doesn't average 12 or 13 a game from this point on. He has just been really good in practice. He's really getting confidence. He understands how we want to play him. Tyler Guyman's giving him confidence. Jay Lou spreads the court for him. And I think that Nelly will average double figure. I'll be surprised if he doesn't have average
nice
double figures.
Floater too.
Yeah.
You got that floater, and he's also shooting it 40% from deep this season as well. Tyler Nelson playing a great spot. The Kansas City, Missouri, and the Rockhurst product. And again, the Washburn Ichabods have won 3 in a row. They're 14-3, ranked 15th in the country. And again, they are in that top 8 that you want to be in. We'll find out next week specifically where they rank in the regional rankings, because we only got 5 games left, and then the NCAA tournament will be after the MIAA tournament. So this is the crunch time, if you will, when it comes to the Division II basketball season. We'll get a quick timeout. We'll finish things up for this first part of the Washburn Coaches Show with head coach Brett Ballard here at Skinny Sports Bar and Grill.